So from this truth table, we understand that we are having three inputs and two outputs. So the inputs indicate that there are three variable map has to be drawn, and this output indicates that we have to draw two two variable two three variable k maps. From this uh, truth table, we are when you check the column of different, we have to draw two k maps, one for difference and another one for borrow. So for difference, we are having one in the place of one, then two, then four and seven. 1, 2, 4, 7. In 1, 2, 4, 7, you are having ones, and for borrow you are having 1, 2, 3, 7. 1, 2, 3, 7. You are having one for mm, borrow, and for difference you are having 1, 2, 4, 7. So we have to draw two three variable k maps, and you have to plot the corresponding ones in the difference and borrow. We have to group and you have to find the expression. Now first k map is for difference. So here for difference we are having 1, 2, 4, 7. That is 0, 1, 3, 2, 4, 5, 7, 6. So we know that we are having one in the place of 1, 2, 4, 7. Okay. So we have plotted, and here the ones there is no adjacent ones in this K map. So there is no group, no way to group pairs or quads or octets. So these ones has to be grouped individually. So we have to individually group this ones. So the expression for this one is x bar y bar z. For this one x bar y z bar. For this one x y bar z bar. And for this one x y z. So these are the expression for these minterms. Okay. For these ones. Next is for next, in order to draw the full subtractor using half subtractor, we have to modify the expression what you got. This is the expression what you got. So from this expression, from the first two terms, x bar is common, so we are taking x bar common, and from the third and fourth x is common. So this expression is similar to the expression of x or, and this is similar to the expression of x nor. So we are writing it as xr and x nor. So this expression is again in the form of xr, that is p bar q plus p q bar. You take p as x and q as y xr z. So we can write it as x xr y xr z. Difference is equal to x xr y xr z. Okay. Now you come to borrow. So for borrow you are having 1, 2, 3, 7. 0, 1, 3, 2, 4, 5, 7, 6. Okay. So we are having ones in the place of 1, 3, 1, 2, 3, 7. Okay. So we have to plot ones in the corresponding places, and here you are having adjacent ones. So you can group. So this is the first pair, and the expression for this first pair is YZ. So for this grouping, we have considered these two rows. So here you are having x, here you are x bar, here you are having x. It is changing. So we can't consider. So this is YZ. For next one, x bar y. For next one, x bar z. So these are the expression x bar z, x bar y, and y bar z. So next we have to modify this expression depending upon in order to implement it by using two half subtractors. So this is x bar y. So while doing this problem, you must remember that you should not do any modification in this term x bar y. So you should not modify this term x bar y. Then here the literal y is missing and here the literal x is missing. So multiplying 1 with a number will not change its value. But we have studied that x plus x bar is 1. Similarly, y plus y bar is 1. So instead of 1, what we are doing is we are multiplying that missing literal with its complement. Okay. So in the second term, the literal y is missing, so we are multiplying y plus y bar. So in the third term, the literal x plus x bar is missing, so we are multiplying x plus x bar. Then we are multiplying x bar y z plus x bar y bar z plus x y z plus x bar y z. So this x bar y z is coming two times. So a plus a is a. So we can take it only one. So after that, we are taking x bar y common from first two terms and we are taking z common from second and third. So now when taking z common, this expression is similar to the expression of x NOR. So we are writing like this. Now this is a logic diagram of full subtractor. So here you will be getting x XOR y. So for difference you will be getting x XOR y. So you are XORing with the z. So you will be getting x XOR y XOR z. Now here you will be getting x bar y. The output of this AND gate is x bar y. Similarly, here you are having z. Here you are having x XOR y the whole bar. Here you will be getting x XOR y the whole bar. So your difference is nothing but x bar y plus z into x XOR y the whole bar. So if you add these two, output of this AND gate and this AND gate, you will be getting borrow. So we have implemented the full subtractor using half subtractor. So this is an half. This is an half subtractor and this is another half subtractor. So what we have done is we have connected the output of the XOR gate of first half subtractor to the input of second half subtractor. Similarly, the outputs of first and second AND gates of first and second half subtractors are given to a OR gate, and we have connected one additional input Z to the other input of the second uh, input of the XOR gate of second half subtractor. So we have got the logic diagram of full subtractor. Similar to the half subtractor, sometimes the question will be coming like this. Implement full subtractor by using NAND logic. So if such a question comes, first you have to draw the full subtractor by using AND OR gate. Then you have to replace that, you have to put bubble to the output of this AND gate and input of OR gate. Then you replace that OR gate by NAND gate. Okay. Then similarly, by implementation using NOR gate. If implementation using NOR gate is coming, you have to take the complement of difference and complement of borrow. So after that you have to implement by using OR AND gate, and then you have to put bubble to the output of OR gate and to the input of AND gate. Then you have to replace that AND gate with input inverted input by NOR gate. Okay, so you can implement by using NOR gate. Now we are going for parallel adder. So n bit parallel adder can be constructed using a number of full adders connected in parallel. N number of full adders using n number of full adders connected in parallel. Okay, a n bit parallel adder can be constructed by using n number of full adders connected in parallel. If you connect 5 full adders in parallel, then it will become 5 bit parallel adder. Now the carry output of each adder is connected to the carry input of the next higher order adder. So here what you are doing is, in this parallel adder you are connecting the carry output of each adder to the carry input of the next higher order adder. The LSB In the LSB, either half adder or full adder with its carry input made 0 can be used because there is no carry in the LSB. So in the parallel adder, usually in the LSB you will be using either half adder or will be using full adder with the carry in as 0. So this is the circuit of 4-bit parallel adder. So here you are having 4 parallel adders connected, 4 full adders connected in parallel. So carry of first full adder is connected to the carry input of second, and carry output of second is connected to the carry input of third. Similarly, carry output of third is connected to the carry input of fourth. And this is the LSB, and in the LSB you will be using either half adder or full adder with this carry in is equal to 0. Okay, so usually you will be using this adder as a half adder, or if you are using full adder, then you have to make this C in is equal to 0. Now parallel subtractor. So subtraction can be done by using 2's complement method. 2's complement method is 1's complement plus 1. So here, if you are having two numbers, the first number, that is you take some 5 minus 3. So this 5 that will be giving 2, 5 will be converting to binary, that is 101, and 3 it is nothing but 0011. This 5 will be giving to A0, A1, A2 and A3. This 3 will be giving to this B0, that is 1, 1, 0, 0. So this inverter will make the 1's complement. So it will make this, it will make the 1's complement, and since you are making this C in plus 1, it will make the add 1. So what we are doing is, here you are performing 2's complement addition. So you know that we can perform subtraction by using 2's complement addition. So here the parallel subtractor, in this parallel subtractor, the subtraction is performed by using 2's complement method. Okay, so if here actually the 5 minus 3 is 2 you have to get. So here you are having 0, that is, I will explain. So you take 5 here, that is 0, 0, 1, 0, 1, and you take 0, 0, 1, 1. So 0, 1, 0, 1, and here you are giving 1, 1, 0, 0. So here the bits get inverted. So here will be getting 0, 0, 1, 1. So what you will be getting here is 1 plus 0 plus 1. So 1 plus 0 plus 1. 1 plus 1 is 1, 0. Sum 0, carry 1. So here you will be getting 1 plus 0 plus 0. Then you will be getting 1. So here carry is 0. 0 plus 1 plus 1. 1, 0. So So we will take two numbers, that is 5, that is 0 1 0 1. We will make it fast. 0 1 0 1, that is 1 0 1 0, and B we are having 0 0 1 1. So 1 1 0 0. So this inverters, it perform ones complement operation, so you'll be getting 0 0 1 1. So here 0 plus here already you are having 1, so 1 0, 1 plus 1 plus 0 is 1 0, so sum is 0 and carry is 1. So here we'll be getting 1 plus 0 plus 0, that is 1, so carry 0. 0 plus 1 plus 1, 1 plus 1 is 1 0, carry is 1. 1 plus 0 plus 1, 1 plus 0 plus 1, 1 plus 1 is 1 0. So in 2's complement, if you are getting a carry, you have to discard the carry. So you have to discard the carry. The value what you are getting is 0 0 1 0. So what you have taken is 5 0 1 0 1 minus 3 is 2. 2 is 0 0 1 0. So this circuit performs subtraction by using 2's complement method. So now we can go for parallel subtractor by using full subtractor. So previously we have used full adder and we have performed the subtraction by using 2's complement method. Here directly you are using full subtractor and you are performing parallel subtraction. Here you are having n parallel subtractors. If you need n bit parallel subtractor, will be having n full subtractors connected in parallel. The next one is parallel adder subtractor. So this parallel adder subtractor is a circuit which will which combines both operation of addition and subtraction. So in parallel adder subtractor, the addition and subtraction operations are combined in one circuit. The one circuit will be having both addition and subtraction. So an exclusively OR gate is added with each full adder. Here also you'll be having full adders, but this full adder will be having an exclusively OR gate. Now the mode M controls the operation of the circuit. Here is a here we are having a control called M that controls the mode of operation. It, depending upon the value of M, the operation will be addition or subtraction. So when M is equal to 0, the circuit acts as an adder. When M is equal to 1, the circuit acts as a subtractor. The XOR gate receives M and one of the input of B. So the full subtractor is having one XOR gate. To that XOR gate, one of the input will be coming from M and another input will be B. When M is equal to 0, B XOR 0. In XOR gate, if one of the input is 0, the output will be depends upon the other input. Okay. So when M is equal to C, the circuit performs the addition of A and B. Now when M is equal to 1, the in an XOR gate, if one of the input is 1, the other input will be the complement, the output will be the complement of other input. So when M is equal to 1, that XOR gate will perform one's complement operation. So when M is equal to 1, the B inputs are complemented and a 1 is added to the input carry. So we are making the input carry, that M is connected to the input carry as well as the one of the input of XOR gate. So it performs 2's complement addition. So subtraction operation is carried out by using that 2's complement addition. So this is a circuit. So this is M. If M is 0, this carry will become 0. Similarly, one of the input of this XOR gate will be 0. So whatever you are giving in this B, it will be coming here. In the case of not 0, whatever you are giving here, it will be coming at this point. Okay, that is when M is equal to 0. So when M is equal to 0, addition operation will take place. When M is equal to 1, so if you want, we will take an example and I will explain clearly. Now we are going to take an example and we are going to see the operation of the circuit. I am taking two numbers, that is A is equal to 7, 0, 1, 1, 1, 0, 1, 1, 1 and B is equal to 0, 0, 1, 0, that is 2. 7 and 2 I am taking. I am giving the 7 to A and I am giving 2 to B. First I am considering M is equal to 0. When I am considering M is equal to 0, this carry here you are getting 0 and one of the input of all these XOR gate will be 0. So I already told you that in XOR gate, if one of the input is 0, output is the same as the other input. So here the other input is 0. So you'll be getting 0 here. Here the other input is 1. So you'll be getting 1 here. So here the other input is 0. So you'll be getting 0 here. Here the other input is 0. So you'll be getting 0 here. Next, this is full adder. It will add these three. 0, 1, 0. 0 plus 1 plus 0 is 1. Carry is 0. So 0 plus 1 plus 1. 1 plus 1 is 1, 0. Carry is 1. So 1 plus 1 plus 0 is 1, 0. Carry is 1. So 1 plus 0 plus 0 is 1. So when M is equal to 0, addition operation is taking place. This 0, 1, 1 is 7 and 0, 0, 1, 0 is 2. So 7 plus 2, 9 you have to get. 1, 0, 0, 1 is 9. So when M is equal to 0, it is performing what? It is performing addition. So it is clear, no doubt. Now we are going to check subtraction. We are taking M is equal to 1. Okay, we are going to take M is equal to 1. Taking M is equal to 1. So this carry here it will be 1. Now one of the input of this XOR gates is 1. So whatever input you are giving to the uh, the output will be the complement of the other input. So here one of the input is 1. The output will be the complement of this input. So here you are having 0, so 1. Here 1, so 0. Here 0, here 1. Here 0, here 1. Now 1 plus 1 plus 1 is 1, 1. So 1 plus 1 plus 1 is 1, 1. So we'll be getting 1 here and 1 here. Again 1 plus 1 plus 0. 1, 0, carry 1. 1 plus 1 plus 1. So 1, 1. 1 plus 0 plus 1. 1 plus 0 plus 1. 1, 1 is 1, 0. So here you are performing 2's complement. Since you are in 2's complement, if you are getting carry, you have to discard. So the value what you are getting is 1, 0, 1. 1, 0, 1 is 5. So 1 1 is 7, 0 1 0 is 2. So we are getting 5, 1 0 1 5. So the circuit is performing both addition and subtraction. When m is equal to 0, it is performing addition. When m is equal to 1, it is performing subtraction. So next we are going to see BCD adder. So in BCD addition, so first what we will be doing is we will be adding two BCD number using ordinary binary addition. Then will be checking the 4-bit sum what you are getting. So if that 4-bit sum is greater than less than or equal to 9, no correction is needed. The sum is in the proper BCD form. If the 4-bit sum is greater than 9 or if the carry is generated from the 4-bit sum, the sum is invalid. So in order to make this sum valid, we have to add a 6. So while designing this BCD adder, we have to consider all these things. First, we have to add two BCD numbers using ordinary binary addition. So for that, we need a 4-bit adder. Then we have to check the sum whether it is greater than 9 or greater than or equal to 9 or less than or equal to 9. So for that, we have to need a circuit. Then if the sum or what you're getting is greater than 9 or if your carry is got from that sum, then we have to add 6. So for that we need one more adder. So these are the things that are needed to implement a BCD adder. So first we need a 4-bit adder. This 4-bit adder will add the two BCD numbers using binary addition. So this BCD, this 4-bit binary adder, it will give the sum. It will give the sum. So this sum, we have to check whether it is greater than 9, greater than 9 or not. We have to check. Next, if a carry is generated, also we will be getting here the carry. So if the sum is greater than 9 or if a carry is generated, we have to add 6. Okay. First thing is this circuit, it will add two BCD numbers and it will generate the sum. Next, this circuit, it will check whether the given number is greater than 9 or not. So now this circuit will generate will check whether the sum what you're getting is greater than 9 or not. Then this adder, it will add 6. 6 is nothing but 0 1 1 0. So we have made this LSB and MSB as 0. The middle two bits value depend upon the output of that circuit. Okay. Now this will add 6 if sum is greater than 9 or if a carry is obtained. No. Now we have to design a circuit. This circuit we have to design. How means the sum is having 4 bits. The sum what you are getting from the addition, it is having 4 bits. That is Z1, Z2, Z4, Z8. It is Z8. It is having 4 bits. So if this 4 bit, it's the if the value of this 4 bit is greater than 9, then the circuit has to give an output of 1. In such a condition, we have to design. So first we have to go for a truth table. So here we are having 4 bits, that is Z8, Z4, Z2 and Z1. These are the inputs. We know that if you are having 4 inputs, then we will be having 16 combination. So we have to write from 0 to 15. So here we are by using 8421, that is for 0 is 0 0 0 0. For 1, I have to put 1 here. Similarly for 15, 8 plus 4 12, 12 plus 2 14 plus 1 15, 1 1 1 1. Similarly we have written from 0 to 15. So our circuit our circuit must give an output of 1 when the number is greater than 10. So this 1010 is 10. 1010 is 10. So from 10 to 15, the output of our circuit is 1. So from 0 to 9, the output is 0. So our circuit will find the number greater than 9. So in BCD addition, if you are getting a number greater than 9, then the sum is invalid. So what we are first doing, first we are having 4 inputs. By using 4 inputs, we are writing from 0 to 15. Then in the output from 10 to 15, you are putting 1. The meaning is the output of our circuit will be 1 if it gets a number greater than 9. So from 0 to 9, we are putting 0. Okay. Then from this truth table, for from 10 to 15, we are having 1. So here the number of input is 4 and number of output is 1. So we have to draw one 4 variable map. So we have drawn one 4 variable map, and from 10 to 15, we have plotted ones. That is 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. We have plotted ones. Then because the output of our circuit is 1 for 10 to 15. Then we have grouped for this group Z8, Z4, for this one Z8, Z2. So we have got this expression. So this can be implemented by using a AND gate, and this can be implemented by an AND gate. Then both outputs of this AND gate we have to give it to a OR gate. So this is nothing but this circuit. So here it is Z8, Z4, then Z8, Z4, then Z8, Z8, Z2. Then these outputs, so Z8, Z4, Z8, Z2. These outputs we are giving to an OR gate. But the output of the circuit should be 1 even if you are getting a carry. So for that only we have used this input to this OR gate. Now directly we will go to the circuit, we will clearly understand. So this is the circuit for BCD adder. First we are what we are doing is we are adding two BCD numbers and we are getting the sum. So we are checking the sum by using this circuit whether it is greater than 9. If it is greater than 9, we will be getting 1. Similarly, if you are getting a carry here also, you will be getting a 1 because we are connected this carry to the input of OR gate. So either if the value is 9 or if you are getting a carry, you will be getting output of 1. If this is 1, this is connected to the second and third bits of this binary adder. So this binary adder will add this sum with the 6. So in BCD addition, if you are getting a number greater than 9 or if you are getting an carry, then you have to add 6. So here the addition of 6 will be performed. This LSB and this MSB and LSB is maintained 0, and these two bits, value of these two bits depends upon the value what you are getting in the this sum. So if this value is greater than 9, the output of the circuit will be 1, then here it will become 6. So if you are getting a value of 0 here, automatically here you will be getting 0. The 0 plus this sum is nothing but the same sum what you will be getting. So this is nothing but the BCD adder, the circuit diagram of BCD adder. Now next is look ahead carry generator. So the disadvantage of parallel adder is long carry propagation time. The final result will be obtained only after the propagation of carries from one stage to another, because the carry of the first will be connected to the carry output of the first will be connected to the carry input of the second, similarly successive ones. So due to the long propagation time, the circuit will be slower. So in order to overcome that, we are going for look ahead carry generator. You are generating the carry in advance. So this is nothing but the circuit of the full adder by using two half adders. So here the output of the first XOR we are taking it as propagate PI. The output of the first AND gate we are taking this as generate GI, and AI, BI and CI are the inputs, and SI is the sum and CI is the this is the carry out. CI plus 1 is the carry out. Now look ahead carry generator is used to reduce the carry propagation time in parallel adder. Carry propagation time in parallel adder, and it increases the speed of operation. The look ahead carry generation technique anticipates the carry bits for each stage before the actual summing operation. So here before doing the summing operation we are anticipating the carry generation. Okay, so GI is called carry generate and it produces the output carry when both AI and BI are 1. So GI is nothing called carry generate and it produces a carry when both the inputs A and BI are 1 regardless of the input carry. So PI is called the carry propagate because it is the term associated with the propagation of carry from Ci to C of I plus 1. So Pi is called carry propagate because it will propagate the carry from C of I to C of I plus 1. So it is in order to reduce the carry propagation delay, we are going for look ahead carry generator. So this is carry propagator. It is AI XOR BI. Carry generator is GI AI into BI. So sum is PI XOR CI. C of I plus 1 is GI plus PICI. So these things we can see from your previous diagram. This is PI, SI is nothing but PI XOR CI. If you want, I will. So SI is PI XOR CI. Similarly, here GI, here what you will be getting PI CI. C of I plus 1 is nothing but PICI plus GI. So these are the equations. So C of I plus 1. This is you take this equation. First you substitute I is equal to 1. When you substitute I is equal to 1, you will be getting C2 is equal to G1 plus P1 C1. Okay. So if you put I is equal to 0, you will be getting C1 is equal to G0 plus P0 C0. If you put I is equal to 1, you'll be getting C2 is equal to G1 into P1 C1. So in the place of C1, you can substitute this value. So first the carry expression for carry is C of I plus 1 is equal to GI plus PI C1. First you substitute I is equal to 0, then you substitute I is equal to 1, then I equal to 2, then I equal to 3. After that, you have to draw this diagram. The inputs what you have to take is C naught, G naught, P naught, then P1, G1, P2, G2. These are the inputs. Inputs what you have to take is P naught, G naught, C naught, P1, G1, P2, G2. You have to take, and the output is nothing but your carries. That is C1, C2, C3. C1, C2, C3, C4 are the outputs, and the input is C naught, G naught, P naught, okay, P2, G2. So by using this very simply you can draw. This is a logic diagram of look ahead carry generator. So this is the IC of look ahead carry generator. So this is an XOR, this is propagate generate. So here you'll be getting carry. Okay. So this is a 4-bit adder with look ahead carry. So 4 bits you can easily get the carry. Next topic is binary multiplier. So it is a combinational circuit which performs a multiplication of two binary numbers. It performs multiplication of two binary numbers. It uses n shifts and adds to multiply n bit number. So in order to multiply n bit number, it uses n shifts and adds. So first we are going to see 2-bit multiplier. So here we are taking B as a multiplicand and the bits are B0 and B1. Similarly, we are taking A as a multiplier and here the bits are A0 and A1. The multiplication process involves the multiplication of 2-bit number and addition of 2-bit number. So in multiplication, will be the process involving will be shifting and adding. The multiplication of 2 bits can be implemented by using a 2-bit AND gate, whereas addition of 2 bits can be implemented by using half adder. So in 2-bit multiplier, it will be having two input AND gate and half adders. Now we are taking the multiplicand, that is B1 B0 is a multiplicand and the multiplier is A1 A0 is a multiplier. So first what we will be doing is we will be multiplying this A0 with B0 B1. So we are multiplying, that is the product what we are getting is called partial product. So we are multiplying A0 with B0, then A0 with B1. Next we are shifting one bit and we are writing A1 with B0 and A1 with B1. A1 with B0 and A1 with B1. Then so 2-bit by 2-bit multiplier, the multiplicand is B0 B1. This multiplier is A0 A1. We are getting the first partial product. We are getting the second partial products. Then we are adding the partial products and we are writing the result. First B0 A0 with B0, A0 with B1. Okay. Next A1 with B0, A1 with B1. Okay. Then these are the products. These are the partial product and this is the product what we are getting. So this is 2-bit by 2-bit multiplier. Now we want to implement this 2-bit by 2-bit multiplier. So each shifted, how it is performing is each shifted multiplicand which is multiplied by either 0 or 1 depending on the corresponding multiplier bit is called partial product. So we have seen in the previous diagram, this is the partial product. So each shifted multiplicand is multiplied by either 0 or 1 depending on the corresponding multiplier bit is called partial product. Each partial product consists of two components. So here it will each partial product consists of two components. So you can see this is one component and this is another component. This is one component and this is another component. So each partial product will be having two components. Then the final 4-bit, this is the final 4-bit product. Okay. Now you will see that next point. The final 4-bit product is obtained by adding all the partial products. So final product what you're getting is obtained by adding all the partial product. By adding all the partial product only, you're getting the product. So first partial product is formed by multiplying A0 by B1 B0. Second partial product is obtained by multiplying A1 by B1 B0. Okay, we have seen that. The partial products are implemented by using AND gates and the partial products are added by using two half adders. The carry out and the second sum Second sum represent two most significant bits to C2 and C3. Then the first sum represent C1 and the product A0 B0 represent C0. Okay, so totally we'll be getting a 4-bit product. In that, C0 is nothing but A0 B0, and the first sum is C1, and the carry out and the second sum is C3 and C2. So this is the circuit for your 2-bit multiplier. So we are multiplying B1 B0 with A1 A0, and we are getting the partial product, and this is nothing but our final product, which is having 4 bits. So first we are multiplying A0 with B0 and B1. So A0 we are multiplying with B0 and B1. Okay, we are directly taking that. That is C0. Next, A0 B1. That is, this is A0 B1 that we are adding with A1 B0. Next, we are multiplying A1 with B0 and A1 with B0 and A1 with B1. But we are adding A0 B1 with A1 B0. So A0 B1 with A1 B0. We are adding by using a half adder. Then the carry what you are getting here and this by the partial product, this partial product, and carry what you are getting from this addition, that we are adding by using half adder. So for 2-bit by 2-bit multiplier, you need AND gates and half adder. So each partial product you need two AND gates, and to implement that sum you need two half adders. So finally this is the circuit for 2-bit by 2-bit multiplier. So next is 4-bit by 3-bit multiplier. That is B is equal to B3, B2, B1, B0, and A in A. The multiplier it is having only 3-bit and multiplicand 4-bit. So similar to the 2-bit by 2-bit, each shifted multiplicand which is multiplied by either 0 or 1 is called partial product. Here the partial product will be containing 4 product component, and the final product will be having 7 bits. This is the first partial product. Second partial product, okay, we'll see in the next. Clearly we will see. So this is 4-bit by 3-bit multiplier. First multiplicand, then multiplier. The multiplicand is having 4 bits and multiplier is having 3-bit, and partial product. This is A0 with B0, A0 with B1, A0 with B2, A0 with B3. Then A1 with B0, B1, B2 and B3. Then A2 with B0, B1, B2 and B3. So these are the partial products, and these partial products we are adding. So this is nothing but the final product what you are getting. The final product will be having 7 bits. Next we are implementation of this 4-bit by 3-bit. So first we are multiplying A0 by we are multiplying A0 with B0, B1, B2, B3, then A1 with B0, B1, B2, B3. Then we are adding these two. Please listen here. This MSB of this adder, the agent is 0. Why? Because the first partial product we are taking it directly and we are not adding. So when you see the here you will understand. This is the first partial product. Here we are not performing any type of. This is the first partial product. Here we are doing no additions. So we are directly taking that. So similarly, when you are seeing the circuit here, it is not used for any addition. So the MSB of here is we are making it as 0. Then we are multiplying A1 with B0, B1, B2 and B3. We are adding these two partial products and we are getting the sum. So the LSB of this 4-bit adder is nothing but the C2. Next we are multiplying A2 with B0, B1, B2, B3 and we are adding this sum with this partial product and we are getting the final sum. So this is 4-bit by 3-bit multiplier. Similarly, next one is nothing but 4-bit by 4-bit multiplier. Here we are taking the multiplicand as 4 bits and multiplier as 4-bit, and these are the partial products. So here also you'll be getting 8 bits. In the product you'll be getting 8 bits and this is the circuit. So there we need only two parallel adders, 4-bit adders. So here we need three 4-bit adders. So this is the first partial, second partial, third partial and fourth partial products. And we are adding and we are getting the final product. So this is 4 by 4 multiplier. So from 2 by 2 multiplier to 4 by 4 multiplier we have studied. First what we will be doing is we will be multiplying that multiplicand with the multiplier and we will be adding the partial products and we will be getting the sum. How we will be doing it means just shifting and adding. So this is your binary multiplier, 4-bit by 4-bit binary multiplier. Morning. Next we are going to see the topic comparator. So this comparator is also called as magnitude comparator. So what is mean by comparator? So usually if you are comparing a person with you, how you will be comparing, or what are the three results of your comparison? So you for example you take your friend, you are going to compare you with your friend, but usually you should not compare but for time being, for example I am telling, so you are going to compare you with your friend in terms of height. So you consider the height, you are going to compare the height of your friend with you. So the result may be either you and your friend will be having the same height, or your friend will be having more height than you, or the third option is you will be having a more height than your friend. So the first comparison result is both are equal. Second is one is greater than other, and the third one is less than other. So these are the three result of your comparison. So here also our comparator. So what is comparator? So here it is a combinational circuit. This comparator is a combinational circuit that compares two numbers. What it will be doing is it will be comparing two numbers A and B and determine its relative magnitude. So what it will do, it will determines the relative magnitudes of the two numbers. The outcome of the comparison is specified by three binary variable, that is A greater than B, A less than B and A equal to B. That I already told you. In comparison you will be getting three results. One is A equal to B, A greater than B, A less than B or B greater than A. So whatever may be the comparison, these three will be the result. So for comparison, minimum you need two things, okay, or two persons or two variables, or minimum you need two identities for comparison. So this is magnitude comparator. Now you are going for 2-bit magnitude comparator. 2-bit magnitude comparator means you are going to compare two 2-bit numbers. Two 2-bit numbers you are going to compare. So you know that if you are having 2 bits, that 2 bits will be having 4 combinations. So this is nothing but 2-bit comparator. So here you are taking two numbers A and B. This A is a 2-bit number and B is a 2-bit number, and you are going to compare the 2-bit number A with another 2-bit number B, and you are going to give the result, either it is equal or it is greater or less. Compares 2-bit numbers and indicate if they are equal, greater or lesser. So these are the three result of your comparison. It is either it is equal or greater or lesser. So you are going to compare two 2-bit numbers. Now this is the truth table. So you are going to compare two 2-bit numbers. So this is a 2-bit and this is a 2-bit. So 4 bits. Totally 4 bits. And how many outputs? The outputs of the comparison is 3. That is A equal to 3. Sorry, A equal to B, A less than B, A greater than B. So totally your truth table will be having 4 plus 3, 7 columns. So you have to draw 7 columns in your truth table. So first what you are doing is, this is A. This A naught A1 is A and B naught B1 is B. So you are going to compare the 2-bit number A with 2-bit number B. So I already told you that if you are having 2 bits, then you will be having 4 combination. That is 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0 and 1, 1. So with the 2 variables, you can have 4 combinations, and the 4 combinations are 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0 and 1, 1. So first we are taking 0, 0. We are taking 0, 0 and we are comparing with 0, 0. First we are comparing 0, 0 with 0, 0. So here both are equal. So we are putting 1 in the place of A equal to B. So this is first what we are doing. We are comparing 0, 0 with 0, 0. So both are equal. So we are putting 1 in the place of A is equal to B, and we are putting 0 in the place of A less than B and A greater than B. Now, next we are going to compare 0, 0 with 0, 1. Actually 0, 0 is 0 and 0, 1 is 1. So A is less than B. So this 0, 0 is 0 and 0, 1 is 0, 0. If you put 2, 1, you can clearly understand. 0, 0 is 0, 0, 1 is 1. So A is less than B. In the place of A less than B, you have to put 1, and in the remaining places, you have to put 0. Then you are going to compare 0, 0 with 1, 0. 0, 0 is 0 and 1, 0 is 2. Again, A is less than B. So you are putting 1 in the place of A less than B, and you are putting 0 in A equal to B and A greater than B. Next, we are going to compare 0, 0 with 1, 1. So here also 0, 0 is 0, 1, 1 is 3. So A is less than B. So you are putting 1 in the place of A less than B and 0 in the place of A equal to B and A greater than B. So first we have compared 0, 0 with 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0 and 1, 1. Now we are going to compare. Now we are going to compare 0, 1 with 0, 0. So we are going to compare 0, 1. 0, 1 means 1. 0, 0 means 0. So here A is greater than B. So in the place of A greater than B, we are putting 1. Okay, 0, 1 means this is A. This 0, 0 is B. So A is greater than B. So we are putting 1 in the place of A greater than B. Then we are comparing 0, 1 with 0, 1. So here both are equal. So we are putting 1 in the place of A equal to B, and we are putting 0 in the place of A less than B and A greater than B. Next we are going to compare 0, 1 with 1, 0. So 0, 1 is 1, 1, 0 is 2. So A is less than B. So the 0, 1 is 1 and 1, 0 is 2. So A is less than B. So in the place of A less than B, we are putting 1 and putting 0 in the place of A equal to B and A greater than B. Similarly, we are comparing 0, 1 with 1, 1. 0, 1 is 1 and 1, 1 is 3. So A is less than B. So we are putting 1 in the place of A less than B. So we have compared 0, 1 with 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0 and 1, 1. Then we are going to compare 1, 0 with 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, 1, 1. So when we are comparing 0, 1, 0 with 0, 0, 1, 0 is 2, 0, 0 is 0. So A greater than B. So we are putting 1 in the place of A greater than B. Then we are comparing 1, 0 with 0, 1. 1, 0 is 2, 0, 1 is 1. Again A is greater than B. Then we are comparing 1, 0 with 1, 0. So both are equal. Okay. So when they are equal, you have to put 1 in the place of A equal to B and 0 in the place of other thing. Next, we are going to compare 1, 0 with 1, 1. 1, 0 is 2 and 1, 1 is 3. So A less than B. So you have to put 1 in the place of A less than B. Then we are going to compare 1, 1 with 0, 0. 1, 1 means 3. 0, 0 means 0. So A greater than B. We are putting with A greater than B. Then 1, 1 with 0, 1. 3, A is 3 and B is 1. Again A greater than B. Then 1, 1 with 1, 0. A is 3, B is 2. Again A greater than B. Then 1, 1 with 1, 1. 1, 1 with 1, 1, A equal to B. So you'll be putting 1 in the place of A equal to B. So we have formed the what? Truth table. So from this truth table, we understand that we are having 4 inputs, that is A1, A0, B1, B0 are the 4 inputs, and we are having 3 outputs, A equal to B, A less than B and A greater than B. The input indicates how much variable map we have to draw, and output indicates how many maps we have to draw. So since we are having 4 inputs here in this particular question, we have to draw 3 4 variable K maps. Why? Because since we are having 3 outputs, we have to draw 3 maps. And since the input is 4 variable, we have to draw 3 4 variable K map. Now, first we are drawing the K map for A equal to B. So from this truth table, from this truth table, from this truth table, we are having one for we are having one for 0 0 0 0. So if you want, you can write the decimal number of these numbers. That is nothing but this is 0 0. Sorry, this is 0 0 0 0 0 is 0 0 0 0 is 1. Then 2, then 3, then 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. Okay, from 0 to 15 we will be having. So you have to write the decimal values. Okay, then for A equal to B, you are having one for 0 0 0 0 0 0 0 0 is 0. Then so I will So we are having one for 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0 is 0. Then we are having one for 0, 1, 0, 1. 0, 1, 0, 1 is nothing but 5. 0, 1, 0, 1 is 5. So for 1 we are having 1. Then you are having 1 for 5.